Hey guys, I'm back with more creepy videos for you guys to enjoy. So let's go ahead and check these out.
This guy named Jim Barfield has somehow figured out where all of King Solomon's treasures are in the Ark of the Covenant.
Money.
Dude. So when they found the Dead Sea Scrolls, there was this copper scroll, and forever they didn't really know what it meant. And he was a investigator for the fire department. So he's like, I kind of want to give this a shot. And he literally figured it out in like 15 minutes. He's like, this is not a piece of literature. He says it's literally like a treasure map.
Dude, someone call Nicolas Cage right now.
He's just like looked at it from just like an investigative point of view. And he's like, oh, this is what it's saying. It's here, 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 and here. And then he went to this one rabbi and showed him. And at first this rabbi is just like, okay, you're an idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about. And he's like, can I show you? And he showed him. The rabbi stood up, grabbed his face, and kissed him on each cheek and says, you have no idea what this means.
Wow.
I have an idea of what it means. It means he should have kept his mouth shut and not told anyone about it, because now two things are going to happen. The government is just going to walk in, grab everything they find, hide anything biblical, and number two, the guy's going to have a heart attack pretty soon, if you know what I mean. So
they did fake the moon landing. That's a fact, whether people realize it or not. Today, with 54-year better rocket designs and computer designs, the farthest that NASA can send a rocket with an astronaut into space is 1,000th the distance to the moon. That's why they're sending mannequins to orbit the moon that can't even land, because they would die from the radiation. Most people don't know, which is above the Earth, starting at about 1,000 miles and extending about 30,000 miles, is a huge band of radiation that astronauts would have to go through to the moon and through again back. The technology for an astronaut to go through it to the moon and back and survive has yet to be invented. They had 1/8 of an inch of aluminum. Now, when you get a dental x-ray, they use 1/4 inch lead. And so that's for 1/24 of a second. They would be in that for an hour to an hour and a half going to the moon, and an hour to an hour and a half coming back.
what that guy's saying is true, because there is a video. They're doing an interview to somebody from NASA, and they're asking them, how come we haven't been back to the moon? His response is, oh, because we don't have the technology. They lost the technology, and they haven't been able to recreate it. That same video, the person says it's impossible for them to go now because they haven't figured out a way to get through the Van Halen belt, which is that radiation belt. There's a lot of things that point to the moon landing being fake. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
So I was addicted to pornography and all this, and I remember there was a season where I decided that I wasn't going to sleep with my girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. I wasn't going to look at things. And I remember one night I had this dream, and in the dream there was this girl that I used to do things with, right? And she came to me in the dream, and she was pulling my hand, trying to get me to sleep with her. And I'll never forget this. She was pulling, and I ended up yanking my arm, and I said no. And as soon as I said no and pulled away from her, I woke up, and I was like half asleep, half awake. And I remember seeing this 9-foot dark figure in my room. I really saw it, and it was there. And at first I thought it was like my dad standing on the couch in the 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what are you doing? But then I went to say something, and I couldn't speak, and I couldn't move. And right then and there I was like, this is a demonic encounter. And the best way I could explain it is it looked like the Grim Reaper, or if you ever watched Lord of the Rings, it looked like a ring wraith looking thing. And so it was there, and it screamed at me, and then it vanished. And I remember at that moment, I just remember thinking, like, the devil is so ticked off that I came back to Jesus. And that was the dumbest thing that the devil ever did, was allow me to see a demon, because it just made me crazier for Jesus.
You know what I find interesting? That every occurrence of sleep paralysis is followed by people seeing some type of entity next to them that is doing something to them at the moment that they wake up. Like one person, fine. Couple of people, fine. but like everybody that goes through sleep paralysis ends up seeing something either alien or demonic. I think that's too much of a coincidence. I think something's definitely happening. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below.
Here is a different kind of blind item that is allegedly about the asteroid that is set to pass by Earth in 2029 and what the government is keeping from us. Right before COVID, scientists discovered something, the asteroid Apophis, that was probably going to kill the world a decade later. With all of the doom and gloom around COVID, the powers that be around the world quickly decided to minimize that, and then again minimized it a year later, and then again another year later. They just want us to be docile like sheep as they try to do something about it, and will let us know if it succeeds after the fact. And again, this is allegedly about the asteroid Apophis. And the related headline reads, Asteroid Apophis will swing past Earth in 2029. Could a space rock collision make it hit us? Even now that we know it's on course to miss us by a safe margin, astronomers remain vigilant. It's the asteroid we just can't stop watching. The asteroid Apophis, infamous because it's headed to brush past Earth in 2029, most likely isn't something to worry about, a new study finds. This space rock, scientists calculated, will not collide with other space rocks that could worryingly alter its orbit and redirect it towards Earth, at least until the day it swings past our planet, that is.
I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't believe anything that they're telling us about something that could potentially end our existence. Honestly, I don't think they would tell us if they knew that this asteroid was going to collide with Earth and that will be the end of everybody. Think of what's happening right now. The reason why they're increasing the prices on everything is because they want to make as much money as fast as they can before this whole thing happens in another 5 years. If you want to believe in conspiracies, makes perfect sense. But I'm just thinking out loud.
John Cena in a dress when he's supposed to be the most jacked stud of the world. Who does that?
Yeah, I sometimes look at these people, I'm like, hang on, how did they go from like being semi-famous, being in a few films or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's like they're everywhere. They're hosting these big shows, they're in all the biggest films.
Most people are for sale. These humiliation rituals, these are people that are for sale. It's some people are like, I'm never for sale. Yeah, but what if they offer you 50 million? What if they offer you something that is life-changing? And some people get these offers. If you have a price, whether it's a multi-million-dollar price or to keep your job, then you're a slave because you're for sale. That's why you need to be able to get rid of all the things that are liabilities or that can be used against you so that you can live a life of freedom. Freedom just means your ability to do whatever it is that you want to do, wherever it is that you want to do it, however it is that you want to do it. And it requires a lot of work to earn that freedom. And most people just don't want to put in the work to get rid of those shackles. I did, and it paid off. And now my objective is to be able to translate that same message to other people.
It's like he said, some people are for sale. Some people sell their souls for money, do whatever they have to get that money. Some of them do it because their families, they have no other choice. So sometimes they have to do what is necessary in order for them to support their families. For somebody who's already famous and has money, there's no need for that. There's no need for you to go the extra mile. Like, how much money do you want? If you already have millions, like, for you to go ahead and compromise your integrity for some extra cash.
So if you put a plant up to a radio tower, it will transmute a frequency or a sound wave through the plant. This is absolutely crazy. The sound is coming through the plant. Just watch the video. Are y'all seeing this?
What?
This just goes to show you that radio sound waves can be transmitted through plants. I found that absolutely crazy that it didn't even need a speaker. Sound waves was emitted directly through the plant. So frequency waves can be transmuted through organic objects. And we learning something new every single day, ain't we? Now I'm curious, y'all let me know what y'all think about organic matter transmuting radio frequencies in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom, and stay tuned.
I didn't know that those radio towers could not be touched. The branches are catching almost on fire, and the guy has gloves on, and it looks like he's getting electrocuted. That's good to know, because my dumb ass would have went ahead and touched one of those and gotten fried. That is wild that the sound waves are actually transmitted through the branches and amplified, and you're able to hear the sounds.
Are you attracted to men?
No,
Why not?
because that's the way I'm hardwired. That's
Okay.
my
So what
chemicals.
if someone is hardwired the exact opposite way, by their God, and then not accepted by their God because God's book says we don't accept you?
See,
when you listen to yourself talk the way you did, I think there's a presupposition you've got, which is God created me the way I was born. And the Bible contradicts that. Meaning by that, I was not born with a desire to forgive. You hurt me bad enough, I'm coming after you. That's naturally what I do. So then I've got to ask myself the question, my desire to come after you and seek revenge, is that what God created me to do? Or did God create me to forgive? I was not born with a heterosexual drive to have sex with just one woman. I was born with a heterosexual drive to have sex with as many good-looking women as I could get into bed with me. This whole idea that God created me to be this way, no. I am born with something that Jesus in the Bible calls a readiness to sin factor. When I was a little kid playing in a sandbox with a buddy, I got ticked with a buddy. So ticked, I picked up a metal truck and slammed him over the head with it.
The cops are still looking for you, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. All right, it came very naturally. I never saw that behavior modeled from my environment. It was sort of an instinct. It just sort of happened. So this whole idea that every drive that I have, that I'm born with, is good? No, I've got a lot of drives that are not good. In fact, I'm a mixed up kid. That's why I need God's help, because I am a mixed up kid.
Because of the fact that we usually think that we are born good and that we learn to do bad things because of our environment. But the way he explained it, that might not be the case, because we have sin inside of us, and those bad things come from within us. We have both good and bad in us. I know a lot of people don't believe in God, but...
Did the Egyptians give Ra a nickname? Yeah, so right after the Exodus, you'd had this huge impression where Yahweh had shown all of the Egyptian gods to be powerless. And there's a myth that the Egyptians came up with called the destruction of mankind that comes in the dynasty right after the 18th dynasty. And in that story, they give Ra, their chief god, a nickname. And you know what it is? Yahweh, which in Egyptian means I am I. It's the same as the Hebrew. In fact, there's a scholar, Dr. John Gwynne Griffiths from the University of Chicago, says that's the only possibility here, that they're referring to Yahweh. The Israelites, that whole Exodus and the plagues and everything else had seared such an impression into the Egyptians that when they're giving a nickname to their top dog, it's going to be Yahweh.
Yahweh kicked their ass so hard in the Exodus that he made Ra change his name to match God's name. It's like, bro, you saw how that Yahweh guy kicked our asses? It's like, nah, man, that was me. You didn't know my nickname is Yahweh? That's some type of L, bro, for you to freaking change your whole name.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Is everybody blind right now? Is that what's going on? Earlier I came across this video which I thought was a standalone thing, so I made a video about a doctrine not understanding the severity of what was happening right now in the United States. So we had the Hebrew Israelites out in full effect today, right? But at the same exact time, we have this going on at the same exact time. How coincidental.
We lay ultimate claim to the pride of our mighty nation's legacy. Because without the race of men that built America, without the...
Did that literally not sound like something that was written beforehand? And both sides of this were very, very organized. The most organized I've ever even seen the Hebrew Israelites. So this weekend, we have both extremes going on at the same exact time. I could give a crap less about each one of y'all's skin colors. Y'all better listen to me and listen good. My opinion, this will not end well.
From the looks of that video, one of them is in Tennessee, and by the palm trees, the other one looks like it might be Florida. I don't think anything's going to happen because they're not going to see each other. You guys let me know in the comments what you think.
I would like to thank each and every one of you for your hard work and dedication to our cause. In reviewing this year's progress, let me say that we have been highly effective in conditioning the people's minds to accept our solution to the world's problems. The energy crisis here in the United States was exceptionally successful worldwide, and we expect similar success with our upcoming food shortage. Our labor leaders have made great progress by causing confusion and work stoppages in all areas of the world. Financially, the dollar is being devalued even faster than we could have hoped. Politically, the public has lost total confidence in any form of government. The threat of universal war is a daily possibility. As you know, we ourselves do not need to hold any visible office of leadership. As a matter of fact, it's better that we do not. If we control the finances, news media, food, transportation, energy, we control everything. It is important that you, as world leaders, keep our program before your countrymen. With our World Bank and computer program operational, we now have the capacity to control the financial affairs of every human being on Earth by giving each person his own computer number. Anytime his number is used, we would know his financial situation at once. He could not buy or sell anything without his computer number. It will simplify their lifestyles tremendously. The end result will be a one-world monetary and government system that we alone will control. Yes.
What about the people who forget their number, or their cards are lost or stolen?
We've made provisions for that. By using this laser imprinter, we can painlessly and permanently affix the person's number to the back of his hand or his forehead if he so desires. The numbers would be easily read by this new ultraviolet scanning equipment. For the purposes of demonstration, I've had such a number imprinted on myself. Once this number is imprinted, it cannot be lost nor can it be changed. Now, are there any questions?
What about the individuals who refuse to have this number implantation?
We expect some minor resistance, especially from highly motivated religious groups. But eventually, hunger will cause even the most zealous to conform to our program. Gentlemen, I believe that within a year, 2 at the most, our one world government will be a reality. If we continue on our present course, it is my opinion that we could present the devil himself as a world leader, and the people would accept it.
So what do you think about this clip from the movie? Please put your opinion in the comments section. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that like button. And until next time, thank you all for watching, and God bless you all.
Like, that is crazy. That movie came out in 1981. From the looks of it, that's a play-by-play to the T of exactly what's happening to us right this moment. It's like it was scripted, telling us what was going to happen and what they were going to be doing now. So we're in trouble. You have to be seeing the parallels between what they were saying in that movie, what's happening now, and was predicted in the Bible. I mean, I don't know. You might not want to see it, but it's there.
Let's talk about one of the creepiest Mexican videos on the internet right now, the Payaso de Toledo video. But before I show you a bit of this album video, let's break it down a little bit. On June 24th, user El Payaso de Toledo would upload this video and go absolutely viral, getting 16 million views in 6 days. And in the video, you see him and his crew exploring La Casa del Diablo, which I think is located in Rosarito, Mexico, when suddenly they start to hear a strange voice calling out for help. And then they see this. I'm going to show you a little clip. Here it is.
Vea.
¿Y por qué está aquí usted? Nunca lo hemos visto.
Uy. Uy.
¿Se escapó del hospital? Ay, Dios mío. ¿Estás seguro que se escapó del hospital? ¿De qué hospital se escapó?
Payaso, esa persona no está bien. ¡Eres vivo! ¡Eres persona! Porque no contesta. No, o sea, si tiene una y la otra no. Mira, fíjate que no tiene una más. La otra sí la tiene, pero la otra no. ¿Ya viste? Mira, hasta tiene sangre. Trae líquido rojo. ¿Trae líquido rojo?
No conteste lo que le estamos preguntando, ¿eh?
Ay, Dios mío. No, espérate, payaso, porque pudiera ser una trampa y traemos a la diva. Traemos a la diva, payaso.
¿Hasta allá? Payaso, ¿hasta allá? Güey,
Mira, no, eso no es algo bueno, ¿eh?
No es algo bueno eso. Mira, Liz, ¿tú estás viendo? No es algo bueno eso, mi gente. Eso no es algo bueno.
Mira, trae líquido rojo.
¿Eh?
Trae líquido rojo.
Hijo de su madre. A mí se me hace que es un... Eso no es algo bueno, gente. Oye, ayúdenme, por favor. Vamos a acercarnos. A ver, vamos a acercarnos, güey. Pero no te escapaste, ¿de qué seguro que te escapaste? ¿De qué hospital te escapaste? Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, a ver. A ver, vamos, amigos. ¡Oh, no mames! Espérate.
Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Although a lot of people found this terrifying, a lot of people also found it kind of silly, saying that it sounds like Frieza, or saying that it sounds like the dude, the Roar kid. But listen, you can't deny that if you saw this yourself, you wouldn't be terrified. But I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I did giggle. What do you guys think? Is this real? Is this fake? Let me know.
I mean, at the beginning of that video, it looked kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie. Certain things in the video, it made it seem to me like if it was all just scripted, so they were acting. For instance, the guy that was holding a stick, it wasn't even a stick, it was like a broken stick, and it looked really light. So if something were to happen, that wouldn't have helped them at all. Second thing is the lady with the camera. She was gonna say that it looks like the guy had blood on him, but she caught herself and she didn't say the word blood. She said red liquid instead, which means that she knew she was recording that for social media, and that saying the word blood was gonna demonetize or block the video in somehow, some way. So that's the second clue that I saw. The other one is they never got close to the thing and nobody looked like they were really scared. So I don't think that's real. If you're watching it alone at night, like I am, but then again, I could be mistaken. So you guys let me know in the comments if you think it's fake or not. And that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit those likes, subscribe. See you next time. Peace.